We're going on another stroll. On our way to the gas station, aka the local apothecary, to pick up a potion, aka a Dr. Pepper. Not too far of a walk. Hello, Seamus. Where are you going to? I am going to this gas station up here. We're pretty close. Got to cross the street and we'll be there. Hello, Steve and Itzel and Philadelphia Sports. We're right up here. Some flags over there. What up? D9587. Got a craving for a Dr. Pepper, so I'm gonna go get that. You subbed, thank you. Appreciate that. Drop a like if you like these this type of thing, because this is mostly what I do. This and bicycling. Do you have a car? Yeah, I have one. I just didn't want to take it here. I like walking. But no, I live in Houston, so if I didn't have a car, I couldn't really live in this city. It is impossible to live here without a car. Everything's so far away. This is like the closest store to where I live, and it's just a gas station. Can I have a shout out? Yeah, what up, Dame 02? All right, we going. Thank you. You're welcome. Got a Popeyes. Grab a chicken sandwich. It is Sunday, so you definitely can't have Chick-fil-A. Hey, be careful, man. Or be careful out there. I've heard people are crazy drivers there. Yes, they are. Yeah, that's part of the reason that it's impossible to live without a car. Because if you're walking in most of these parts of the town, you're going to get killed. It's got to be light-footed with it. Well, we are here for a soda. Let's see. What do we want to get? Get a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. If you've never had this, you are missing out. It's a lot of soda. But it's only $1. Got our soda. Grab a hot dog.
Is that it, one?
Yeah, just have this.
Almost done.
All right. There you go. All right. We have made it. And now we just gotta go back with our giant cup of soda. Yeah, in this section of town, it's really not that hard to walk around. But as you get closer to downtown, it gets pretty sketchy for part of it.
Wait, traveling.
Wait, traveling. Wait.
Traveling.
I think I'm missing out right now. I kind of want to try some cherry vanilla Coke. Yeah, cherry vanilla anything goes hard. This is like the only gas station around me that has the Coke Freestyle machine. So I usually just get like regular Dr. Pepper or root beer or something. But every so often I'll come to this one. It is the closest one. I just also usually get it when I'm already out and about. Yeah, it tastes just as good as I remember it. We get to go after this left turn. Check. Alright. Jeep's just sitting there. Looks like we're gonna wait for truck to go and then we're gonna go. Yeah, even in the crosswalk, you never really have the right of way here. You just always yield to the cars. Back to that big building. You should go get some food while you're at it. Nah, I have food where I'm at, but I don't have anything to drink except water and apple juice. You gotta be economical, you know? This was just gonna be a real short stream. I'm a little bored while I was waiting to go on a bike ride later. Have you ever gotten into a Karen situation? Yes, I used to work in fast food restaurants and actual restaurants for many years. So gotten in a lot of situations with Karens, a lot of them not really knowing what they're talking about. A lot of them freaking out over things that don't really matter anyway. But a lot of the time they just want free stuff. It's like they usually aren't even like actually upset. They're just doing that to get free stuff from you. So you just have to be able to read between the lines. Because sometimes there'll be a real situation and it seems like they're being a Karen, and you also have to be able to determine whether or not it's like an actual Karen situation or something that you need to take seriously. Because usually people don't want to lie to you. But they will. Some people certainly will. Some people are just mean. Yeah, some people wake up on the wrong side of the bed and figure they just want to take it out on somebody. Which I don't understand that. But, I mean, apparently it does something for them. Because if it didn't, why would they still do it? This message was held for review. Oh, excuse me. Show. One time somebody made me so mad I had to hit them. I see. Yeah, I haven't done that, thankfully. The last time I got into a fight was in middle school, so I've been able to control my temper for the most part. Now I have gotten into some pretty loud arguments with some customers before. It was a huge fight. I believe that. I mean, once you throw hands with a customer, you're committed. What did you end up, what did y'all fight over? Monarch butterfly. Not really, honestly. If you go a little further into the neighborhood, it's a bunch of gardens, so that's where they like to hang out. And they'll sometimes come over here. He was cussing me out, and I said, well, maybe you should just get a life and move on. Yeah. He said, catch me outside, how about that? Now, I get it. I understand wanting to go there and fight a customer, but every time that I thought about doing it, my paycheck popped into my mind, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I can't be doing that. Blair. It's a nice day out. Across the street over there, be back on the sidewalk. Yes. The sidewalk doesn't actually exist over there. And I want to go to the right. So, I'm crossing. I don't have a car! Run away. And then you lost your job. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure it felt good in the moment though, huh? Now, I once had a customer, it was at my very first job. My first job ever was at a Jack in the Box. And it was a really crappy Jack in the Box. Paid minimum wage, but I was like 15 years old. I didn't care. I knew nothing. I wanted a paycheck. But my boss was like a complete asshole to everybody. Employees, customers. So he had some ops. He would have people come into the Jack in the Box and like try and start shit with him. So one time I was there in the front with him and with like a few other people. Someone came in, they asked for a water cup, and in the past they'd done the water cup. They were like, "Can I get a water cup?" And then they get a soda. But he filled it with, I think it was water, to be totally honest. I don't remember what he filled it with. But he came back to the front and he threw it at us. And thankfully he didn't hit me directly. It went right past my head and splashed on the wall behind me. And I hopped the counter and I ran after them. But they were way faster than me. They threw it and like booked it. So by the time I hopped the counter and got out the door, they were already gone. But, you know, I think that would have been the situation where I would have tried to maybe fight a customer. Apart from that, nah, I haven't been in a situation where I felt the need, thankfully. These houses, I bet they're nice on the inside, but they all look exactly the same. The only thing that's different is what shape their little awning thing is. They have a triangle, there's this flat. But hey, I mean, a house is a house. We're gonna take a little detour, go a long way. And then these houses, their front door doesn't have like a road. It's just on the sidewalk. And I mean, you'll see it says fire lane on the sidewalk. I guess maybe a fire truck could pull up right here. Because look, fire lane on both sides. It says it over there too. But what do you mean fire lane? He hopped the fence because somebody threw a golf ball at my baby cousin. We said, when I was younger, my cousin hopped a fence. Yeah. Don't throw golf balls at babies. That's pretty, you'd think that's common sense. Look at the baby lizards running in the bush. They all ran away already. I scared them off. Yeah, there's the big ones, little baby ones. That's the daddy lizard right there. And then bees. I don't like the bees because I'm allergic. They're gonna kill me. But I do like the lizards. And then that back here, like off this side road, is where the garages are for these houses. They park in the garage, they go in the back door, but they have to basically loop the whole block to get into this road here to actually get into their houses. So they drive past their front door in like a minute or two before they actually get home. Still got that cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna finish it and then walk back. Nah, I haven't really been drinking it, to be honest. Sipping it is how I like to drink these things. Yes. And then yeah, their front door is up here. They can park in the street. It's pretty far away though, but that's not too bad. And then again, cookie cutter, except for the little awning things, which really can't do that much, right? It's like 2.5 feet away from the wall. It's enough to stand there and lock your door, I guess. There's the park. We were live there a couple days ago. Where you're... Oh, squirrel. Hello, squirrel. Where are you going? Looking for one of your nuts. I would get closer, but he would totally run away from me. These squirrels are very on edge. So you'll have to deal with a slightly blurry squirrel. And as I walk past him, he's definitely going to run away. Or maybe not. And get a little closer. Oh, there he goes. He didn't like that I stopped. We're walking back to the front of these houses. A giant bush. I do like the trees they have, though. There's plenty of shade. A house is not a home without paw prints. This is the nice part of the walk. The part where you're not getting roasted by the sun. Although it's not bad. I've noticed I'm wearing a long sleeve with shorts, but still, it is not hot today, thankfully. You know what's funny is I found that on these live streams, I tend to get more viewers if I'm walking like right next to traffic. If I'm walking by a bunch of cars, you know. I guess it makes sense. It's like, this is kind of boring. There's nothing going on. It's just me. And if I'm not saying anything interesting in that exact moment, then it could be a little boring for sure. Alright, I'm not going to show you the gate code, and I am going to go ahead and end it here before I take you directly to my front door. But I'll be live again later today, and pretty much daily. So drop a like if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.